what I'd like to talk about now, and to invite you on another journey, is to look at your judgments. Those would be the things that your little chattering monkey is telling you about another, or even yourself. I'll also, at the end of this recording, give you some other simple tidbits that you could apply and see how they change if you want to. Again, it's always an invite. Have you ever found yourself, say, sitting at a cafe and people are walking by and that, your ego, your chattering monkey is telling you something about that individual? Now, unless you were trained by Sherlock Holmes, the chances are, if the research is correct, it might take you about 6 seconds to just observe somebody. You may come up with 1 or 2 truths about them, but more often than not, they're just beliefs. And remember how you spell the word? It's got L-I-E in it. It's a lie. It only becomes a truth when somebody owns it. So there you are, judging them. Are you aware that with those judgments, that causes you stress? In fact, you cannot get stressed, angry, annoyed, vexed, whatever, unless you are forming a judgment by what somebody said, did, didn't do, didn't say, how they walk, how they attire themselves, blah, blah, blah. Any of those things. So my invite to you is just to be an observer of yourself. Just listen to that thing. You don't have to act on it. I'll give you an example. When I was a postgrad at Loughborough, I studied a postgrad in recreation management, but it was connected to the exercise physiology. And I obviously know from being a former ACE practitioner, American Council on Exercise certified trainer back in 1994, that anyone who's fat and obese have obviously been eating dysfunctional foods, sad crap foods, a standard American diet, caffeinated, refined alcohol and processed. And I would judge them because I would never do that. I couldn't imagine myself being obese or overweight or fat. It's just not going to happen. How stressful is that upon me? So if I saw a fat person walking by, the old me, before I started to observe that chattering monkey, would judge them and cause myself stress. Now what I do is I've interrupted my pattern and I'll say, well, what do I respect about that individual? What do I love about them? What kind of energy do they have which resonates well with me? Any smarter question that allows me to get more access to this and see the beauty in another individual, rather than me projecting my own BS, my own belief system or my own bullshit onto them, but stressing the crap out of myself. So as a reminder, you cannot get stressed, annoyed, angry or anything else unless you form a judgment. Now, what you're basically telling yourself, because of your strong beliefs and values, what does Jim Rohn say? The late Jim Rohn once said, you cannot change the circumstances, the seasons or the winds, but you can change yourself. Verbatim. And so, obviously I need to change. I don't want to carry on stressing myself because of my subconscious beliefs about being fat or having red hair or whatever it is. So when I see another person, if my old programming clicks in, I interrupt my pattern and I think, okay, what is that person teaching me? What can I learn from that individual? Those, again, are smarter questions. What's beautiful about them? What are they showing me which I didn't know about myself? Because it always is about you, because without you, there is no other. So my invite is to just observe, just watch, listen, feel those judgments going on when you watch or you see something. You see, I'll give you an example. If I had a baby here right now, and it was looking around, do you think the baby's forming judgments? Do you think it's looking at you, think, what stupid tie you wear? What's that stupid Q-link around you? It just doesn't do that. So in other words, we teach that child through what they watch on television, their parents obviously, to become bloody good at judging things and those around them, whether it's a building or some artwork. I'm not saying not to. What I'm saying is, does it benefit you and those around you? Is it of service to you? Is it of service to those around you? If it isn't, interrupt your pattern. What do I mean? Well, if I'm having a conversation with you and somebody like, Sarah walks in or something, then I interrupt what was I talking about? I've just interrupted it. I want you to do that to yourself. I want you to stop yourself and just change that polarity and look at it from a different position. and either send that person love. Because obviously you may, again, be judging them because you would never be fat, or you would never dye your hair red, or you would never walk like that. But again, it's not about you, it's about them. Do not judge another unless you have walked a mile in their shoes. Or as Osho once says, verbatim, judgments are expressions of unmet needs. In other words, where my needs weren't met as a child, and I'm expressing them and they're coming out, just be aware of it. Please, it's an invite. And then there'll be less bad words on television. Some of you may understand that. So please, just have a look. Observe in your own life where you judge another. I mean, one of mine was about smoking, because I'm so anti-smoking. Yeah? I never could imagine myself smoking because I care about my health and I care about others. And so, again, I'm stressing myself when I see somebody smoking, whether it's a man or a woman. So I interrupt my pattern. What do I love about them? What are they teaching me? What am I learning about myself that I didn't know? You know, what do I respect about them? Because respect is the lowest form of love. Because love always exists. But direct the super brain, that wonderful second brain. Remember, first brain is what you put in there. And just see it from a different point of view. How does it make you feel by asking another question? Because you can only focus on one thing in any one moment. Don't believe me? Think of two things right now. Two things right now. Think of them. You can't. You think of one thing in one moment, another in another. You can only focus on one thing. I know if you're a woman you can multitask, and you teach me well, so I can do this and I can do that. At least I think I can. But at any one moment you can only focus on one thing. So judgments, have a look. Where in your life do you judge yourself and or others and you're not happy with? And trust me on this, it's very stressful to the body, and it's usually connected to some sort of shame, a very powerful emotion. So just be aware of it. Thank you very much for listening. Have yourself a wonderful day. My love to you all. Bye for now.